All right, we are back. We just did the 980. What do you guys call it? DMV game time?
You've been on this show a million times, and you don't know the name of it right now.
Yes, that's the name of
That's
our show.
insulting.
Yeah, I think it's all in the same room. I can hear each other saying the problem.
Yeah, there's an echo. We probably don't need these headphones on. You're hearing it twice.
But the question is I can hear it in here.
Hello.
See, echo.
The files are inside the computer?
I don't know what's going on. I'm going to take this off. Ben David, Burgundy video podcast on 980, just on the radio with Tim Murray. That's the guy.
That's good metaphor. Yeah.
You shaped it up today.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
That is a good look. I'm not confident enough to know what my head looks like if I went that short.
It's a good story why I shaved my head.
Okay.
My brother's fake ID, or my brother's real ID, had a shaved head. So summer going into my senior year, I shaved my head, and it's stuck ever since. And I don't pay for haircuts. So well,
that's true. You don't have to deal with any of that.
Since 2008. So I'm going on 8 years.
Who did you do that?
Tim Murray.
Have you done the math on how much money that saves you?
I bought clippers for $30.
Okay.
8 years ago.
How do you get the back? I know this is exactly what
I know.
It's not a precise science. I mean, I'm sure I missed some things sometimes. Every once in a while, if I'm going somewhere nice, I'll have the wife shape it up back there. But just kind of feel, just kind of feel back there. Yeah. Whatever. I'm there. If I miss a spot, I don't care.
All right. Let's talk quickly. Redskins. We have you guys live to deal with.
I gotta go pack.
I'll get serious for you in half a second. For me, we can talk about after the angle and Josh Norman trailing Des Bryant or Cousins getting going, whatever. If the Dallas offensive line lives up to the hype and the Redskins' run defense does as well, the Redskins are going to be in big trouble. Am I being overly simplistic?
No, I think it's really that simple yet that complicated at the same time because they're trying to figure out how they stop the run and how they actually run the football. I mean, it was. I think the 38-16 score really wasn't indicative of how a majority of that game went. I mean, it was an utter domination by the Steelers in the second half. And this is a team, look, we came into this, and we've all talked about this before on this various forms of shows that we've done together. And we worried about that defensive line, how they were going to stop the run, how they were going to run the football, and it reared its ugly head quickly and often against the Steelers. And if you do that against Dallas, where I get it, it's a rookie quarterback, it's a rookie running back, but there's a lot of other running backs on that Dallas team, and there's a quarterback that can run the ball too if he needs to. You gotta stop it quick. You gotta fill those holes, and you can't do the same thing that you did against the Steelers because 0-2 is an ugly, ugly thing, and you'll be at the bottom of the division.
You're 0-2, and you're going to New York for Week 3, so you have to play that into it as well. You're 0-1 in the division. You lost a home game to a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think you bring up a valid point, man, because look, the thing that Dallas prides itself on is having a stout offensive line. Zeke Elliott didn't have a great week 1, 20 carries for 51 yards, but if you watched him in college and you hear what scouts have said about him, he's going to be a very good back. So what are the Redskins going to do? I know the criticism Joe Barry got for the Monday night game and not altering his plan. Well, what's his plan going to be come Sunday afternoon? Is he going to put 7, 8 in the box? Is that going to be enough to slow down this running game? Look, you have to let Dak Prescott beat you. And if he beats you with his arm, then you have to tip your cap. I think that's the biggest thing. Because Dak Prescott was not terrible against the Giants, but that said, he struggled going down the field with the pass game. So if you're Joe Barry and you're going into this game and you know how stout that front 4 or front 5 is for the Cowboys, and you know that they want to run the ball with a rookie running back on the road, making a rookie quarterback making a sort of career start away from Dallas, you got to let Dak Prescott beat you. That has to be the mentality going into this game.
All right, enough serious talk.
we talked during the show about Alfred Morris and like how he's like a guy where everybody likes him in varying degrees. He's on Dallas, so it's rare that the Dallas player that you kind of like. Through the years of watching Redskins Dallas, who is the Dallas player you just can't stand? Since I'm throwing it at you, Bill Bates always used to drive me crazy when he's like special team nerd, like act all tough guy. Of the bigger name, Michael Irvin is just insane. I like him way better post-career. He drove me insane in the career. Nicholas,
You know, Dion would always be that guy that you have to put there.
You guys are taking.
We don't even count him as a Redskin. So we forget about that whole aspect of it alone. I gotta put Dion up there,
favorite
man.
Redskin ever because I couldn't.
Yeah.
When you talk about what is going on, I can't.
But Dion was a guy that wanted to not be liked. Like, he knew you weren't going to like him because of the way that you responded to the way that he talked. So he just said, you know what, I'm just going to be that guy. That's who I am. And he sort of reveled in being that villain. So.
I'm not gonna. I think a guy that I don't like, and it's not because of a personality. It's just because he seemed to kick the Redskins' ass all the time. Troy Aikman. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just. I didn't like seeing him back there. So I think personality-wise, Dion would be #1 for me. But you think about, I don't know, productivity and those Cowboy teams in the mid-'90s. Yeah, Troy Aikman just bothered me because you know that's the heyday of me and Nick growing up. Is, you know, seeing the Cowboys win all those Super Bowls. So it almost wasn't even against the the Redskins, but also another guy that through my father I hated just by association because he was the coach of Miami. Jimmy Johnson, I know he's not a player, but he's the coach. So Jimmy Johnson was another guy that, was the coach of Miami, and then he comes to the Cowboys, and here he is beating the Redskins and winning Super Bowls. So, yeah, I think Jimmy Johnson, Troy Aikman, just anyone on that team in the
Yeah, I mean, you know another one? Rocket Ismail. He had some big games against the Redskins. I remember him catching a game-winning touchdown in overtime years and years ago.
Are you going to take that?
Hey, man, he was on the Cowboys. I liked him in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But, he's an enemy.
See, that's the attitude you need to have with Alfred Morris. He's now the enemy.
But Alfred Morris hasn't scored a touchdown against the Redskins.
He may.
Then you boo. But you don't boo when he trots out on the field.
You boo. The minute that game starts.
You boo Alfred Morris.
Former Redskin, now Cowboy, boo. That's the rule.
Disagree.
That's the rule.
Strongly disagree.
No, you're wrong.
John McLaughlin. Next time. What else mentioned during? I don't know. I think we're not in the jersey buying business.
No.
But if I had to buy a Redskins jersey today,
Who would you buy? I will say this: you can't buy somebody. You got to get at least 2 years out of the jersey, and even if the point of ending there, it has to be respectful beyond that moment. Right? So, like, where you walk out, maybe technically here, off the stage. I think you got to quickly putting in all the variables that you think guy needs to be here, the status. I think the answer might not happen to Josh Norman.
Well, I was going to say Josh Norman. You signed a 5 for 75. He's probably going to be the guy who's going to be here. You think he's going to be productive. He's going to be talkative. He's a lightning rod. I'll say for me, and I'm a guy who likes to buy jerseys that are a little. I don't buy many jerseys, but if I were to buy a jersey, it has to be a bit rare.
If you take mine, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm going Sue Craig.
Okay, good. All right. That's a good one.
That is a very good one. Sue Craig is the guy that right now has yet to establish himself, but you expect him to be a guy here for a long time, a draft pick, cheap, controllable for at least 4 years. From everything everyone said about him, he's going to be a big-time player. He's got a great personality. I think Sue Craig would be a worthy investment if you have to get a guy who's going to be here for a while and be productive.
I think I'm going to go Will Compton. I like Will Compton. I like what he's become. It's one of those stories where he's a guy that came from practice squad to the active roster to now the leader of this linebacking corps, if not the whole defense right now. You got to like a guy like that. That's what you want to see your organization have, is guys that come from out of nowhere, something to prove, and then they grow as a player and become a star on your team. Like, that's really a testament to the type of organization you have if you can find guys like that. He's really become that guy, I think, on this roster, so I'd go Will Compton.
He's a restricted free agent next year.
They're going to pay him and keep him.
I would think.
I'm praying they do, because then my jersey would suck. I'll just get a jersey right now, just in case.
So now you're getting a little nervous.
I know.
To your point, I would probably say that it's not
Norman's job is you could say probably go Josh Dobson for the same principle. Here. I've already saying Dobson will catch more touchdowns this year, and then he's receiver named Sean Jackson.
More than Reed.
The actual position. The pass catcher is different.
Yeah.
Okay. Might be right.
We'll see how his role changes.
We haven't seen him, but they said this week that they're gonna, we're gonna see a little bit more from him.
About damn time.
A red zone specialist. So I would think, in theory, he would be right, because that's where his specialty could come.
I got a different question for you. I'll put you on the spot. You guys talk to everybody in town. All different sports, all different things. Yada.
If you have to rely on one thing, you're going to pick me, I know. If you have to rely on any one person's sports now, whatever it was,
who is the one person in town like that guy? That's who I'm leaning on. Nobody else is taking a first. Nobody else is second. Who's the one guy, one lady, one person, whoever it is that you're going? I'll say I've said for years that the person who is the number one always agrees with his take. You're going to think what? Al Hogan.
So this is any sport?
Whatever you got. The person we talk
about. Are you talking about opinion, or just I'm getting knowledge from?
I would just say whatever it is that floats your boat, opinion is knowledge. I wouldn't maybe say entertainment at a whole other level.
Yeah.
But a person who's taking like, you know what? I'm buying that one. Not even here, I know I'm going to buy it because they always deliver something smart, something reasonable.
It's going to be biased for me because I work with him, but Sheehan's smart as hell. Kevin Sheehan is smart.
If you want to learn about the Redskins, Andy Poland is the guy in town who knows so much about the Redskins. And if that's what you want, it's kind of fun talking to Andy and getting almost a history lesson on certain Redskins. It's incredible, his knowledge of the Redskins. We're biased with Sheehan, gambling and
we can be whatever we want. It doesn't matter.
You're fine.
Yeah. We make up the rules here.
Right. Speaking of the rules, and then we'll have Luke. What color are those shorts?
What are those?
These were red.
They were red.
And you're wearing a Villanova t-shirt?
He didn't know he was walking into the middle of this Google chat here.
I'm not going to turn the camera away.
I'll do it. Hold on. Come here. Oh, wait, I got to do it this way. I can't. Did I get him? Yeah.
It's not coming to me.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to let these guys go home. They worked a long day. I have no idea if this is going to work.
What about back in the day, George Michael and dog shows?
What about it?
I'm saying, who knew more about dog shows?
Well, that was a really random reference. Don't you have a wedding to pack for? You need to get. You're getting delirious right now.
Yeah, that was. It is amazing how things have shifted so much. Because back then, no offense to our brother who TV brother now. Back then, the TV guys they were rock.
Dude, George Michael used to get 7 minutes for sports. Now it's 2 minutes.
I just like that you went to dog shows with this.
Well, no.
I know. It's just. I know. It's just so.
He put wrestling. He had WWF.
Yeah.
Rodeo?
Yeah.
Rodeo? Yeah.
Well, he was a pioneer.
He was. The sports machine.
Yeah.
I never knew that the sports machine was a nationally syndicated show.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was like, this is a dog show.
I didn't understand how the thing now was men in shorts. What is that?
Men in blazers.
Men in blazers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking of Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
They took that set and made it part of their set.
Really?
They were apparently such big fans of the guys from Britain.
Yeah.
He took that set and made it part of their set. Maybe that was the Wham doing it. I don't know. Whatever it is, they're clearly part of their world over there. All right, we're going to end on that. Thanks for
Thanks
Thanks
for
for watching, listening, whatever you're doing. Go to breakingburgundy.com or Redskins. And in theory, I think almost a week during the season, I'll be here with these guys Thursday, Friday.
Sounds good.
Let's take
We'll
it down.
perfect this as things go along. You
Yeah,
know,
we'll figure it out.
Luke will bring his shorts back again next time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. See ya.